My name is Bill Lowell, and I've been advising for a long time. Besides working in the Department of Communication, I've served as the Director of Advising for the department and continue to serve as a University Master Advisor. The one question that most students ask me is, when will I graduate? They want to know if it is in the next semester, if it's spring, fall, when. This has prompted me to develop a formula method for helping those students answer that question. Today, we're going to show you how to answer that question for yourself and manage and plan your classes from now until you graduate. I like to call this technique how to map your path to graduation in 3 easy steps. There are a few things we're going to cover in this video that will help you get started. I will discuss the materials you will need to get started, preparing your list of courses that you need, how to actually map your courses by semester, and I will end with a few tips that I hope will be helpful for you. The 3 easy steps you will learn include the materials needed, how to list your courses, and how to map the courses by semester. Let's look at what materials you will need to get started. The first thing you will need is a copy of your most recent AAR. This is step 1. Please either print it out or have it available for the work we are about to do together. Next, you will need a copy of the course listing worksheet, which you can download from the Department of Communication website under the advising section. While you're there, download a copy of the Mapping Your Path to Graduation semester by semester worksheet. The last thing you will need will be a listing of classes available from the Communication Department by fall, spring, and also summer. You can see the sample AAR on the screen, that this student is a corporate and health major and a general business minor. The important thing I want you to see is that this student has completed 72 credits and needs 48 more to go in order to reach the 120 credits necessary for graduation. Why is this important, you ask? Well, the reason is that a majority of times I see students that have completed all of their requirements for both their major and their minor, and they think they're ready to graduate. The important thing to remember is that even if you do a great job mapping the major and minor, you still may not have enough credits to reach the 120 mark. You're going to see in this training that this is the case with this student. All of the AARs are broken down into 4 parts. You're going to see the university requirements, followed by the college requirements, and then the major and the minor. This student has already fulfilled his or her university requirements section, sort of. What I'm looking at is the section of the College of Arts and Communication college requirements. You can see that this student has already fulfilled their GA requirement by taking Art History 111, Art Appreciation. However, they also are required to take 6 credits of a GH. They have selected Team Building, COM 242, for 3 of those GH credits. The additional 3 credits must be from a different discipline, such as a course from History, English, Philosophy, in order to complete this section. One more thing. If something is in bold, you must pay attention to it. On this slide, I want to make you aware of the course needed in order to complete the major section. At the top of the section, it indicates that 24 credits are still needed to complete the major. And like I mentioned before, the classes needed are in bold. One of the things I did to make this easier to understand is to highlight in red the classes that are still needed in each of the areas of the major. Specifically, I want you to remember COM 363, 389, 422, 485, 326, 373, 463, and 493C. These are the classes that you will need to take in order to complete the major. This will make more sense as we move to the next couple of PowerPoint slides. The next 3 slides will help you list all of the classes you will need to take in order to graduate. The important thing is that you need to list each university, college, major, and minor classes to help you prepare your map for graduation. The slide I'm showing you is a look at the course listing worksheet. This is step 2. Make sure you download this form from the Communication Department website like I mentioned before. It looks like what you see on the screen. I want you to fill out all of the classes you will need in order to reach the 120 credits to prepare you to graduate. You can see at the top of this form you have 120 credits needed. This student has already completed 72 credits and they have 48 left to go. Please see how I already slotted the GH class that we discussed in the college section. I also added 6 credits of university electives because after you add up all the classes needed in the major and the minor and the GH in the college, we are 6 credits short of the 120 needed to graduate. This means that we will need to have the student take 6 credits of any university class they want as an elective. By the way, these university electives can also be in our major or minor or any area in the university. Remember before when I listed all the classes this student needed to take from the major and I highlighted those classes in red? When you view this slide, you will see I simply place those courses in this worksheet. I did the same for the minor courses needed. Please note that we have a total of 24 credits in the major and 15 for the minor that need to be completed before graduation. This totals 39 credits. Recall they needed 48 to hit that magical number of 120. By now you should have downloaded the form of Mapping the Path to Graduation from the department website, which I've told you about previously. We're ready to move to the third and final step in the process. You are now ready for your third and final step. To review, you already went through your AAR to see which classes you needed. The second step was simply listing all of the classes you need to graduate. In the next 3 slides, I'm going to show you how you build up to the final map for your graduation. I like to start by planning my next semester. I am doing this because I want to make sure that any classes that serve as a prerequisite needs to be taken first, and this will allow you to move to the higher level classes. Don't put yourself back a semester by missing a class in this first map. You can see on this slide that I put down COM 363, which is necessary in order to move to more advanced classes. So that's listed. I put together a nice mixture of major and minor classes. I also listed 1 university elective because this student has 6 electives that he or she needs to take to reach the 120 mark. Finally, plan on attending the internship workshop if you are going to take one during the upcoming semesters. Attendance is required as a prereq for the internship class. The next thing you should map would be your second semester. We already mapped the spring semester to get the prereqs out of the way. Now we look at the fall semester and add more classes from the major and 2 from the minor. Again, you can mix and match some of these classes depending on when some of them are available. For example, COM 373 is typically, it's the leadership class, is only offered during the fall semester. Since this is the second to last semester for this student, we recommend that you register for graduation with the registrar's office to make sure that everything you have done is on track. The nice thing is, if you've missed something, you catch it before your last semester. It gives you time to take that extra class if you need one. In other words, no surprises. You are so close. However, while I was mapping the students last semester, we found that they had a choice to make. Either they needed to take 18 credits and have a difficult or a tougher last semester, or they could take either a winterim or a summer class. I mapped 2 classes, the GH class that was needed for the college requirement and the internship, which fulfilled one of the capstones for the major. The good news is the mapping is complete. So what did we learn? We learned that we needed 48 credits to graduate. We also learned that we can graduate in 3 semesters with the help of summer school. By this time, you have successfully mapped your path to graduation. Congratulations. However, I have 6 more tips to share with you that I think might be helpful and a good reminder. Make sure to look at the credit counter. This is the number of credits you've already taken and the ones you still need to complete. Again, this might help you determine if you need to take some electives to help you reach the 120 mark. Next, just a friendly reminder, don't take 2 classes for your college GH requirements from the same discipline. Make sure you take them from 2 separate areas. And when I say areas, I'm meaning 2 different departments. As we already discussed, consider Winterim or summer school to help you finish on time or to finish up early. Now that you've completed your mapping process, don't be afraid to show your advisor or a faculty member in your major or minor to ensure that you have not missed anything. A second opinion is always a good idea. Finally, make sure you register for graduation the semester or summer before you are ready to graduate. Again, it is always easier and less stressful to learn about something you might have missed before your last semester. This way you have the time to correct it before it brings you back for the extra semester that you did not want or plan on. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you found this session valuable. Let me know if you have any questions, and good luck to you.